Okay, let's jump right in. You know that feeling, right? You're just scrolling online videos,
Hmm.
and YouTube's massive, obviously, but sometimes you just wish there was like a more focused place, somewhere for really good content without all the other stuff.
Totally. That feeling of being overwhelmed.
Exactly. So that's what we're digging into today. We've been looking at the 2025 landscape for YouTube alternatives, and our sources have given us a really interesting view of some key players. Each one's got something a bit different.
Yeah, and what's really striking, I think, is it's not just about finding, another huge platform.
Right.
The sources really show this diversification happening. You've got AI tools changing how content gets out there, specialized places for creators who care more about, say, quality or maybe control,
Mm-hmm.
and then these totally different models, like decentralized one.
Exactly. So think of this as your kind of quick guide. We're going to walk you through these options, point out the main features, the benefits, so you can maybe see faster what might work for you without spending ages researching it all.
Just the key takeaways.
Our mission is basically to pull out those essential insights. So where do we start this tour? Maybe with something really forward-looking. Replay by Peach AI.
Oh, good shout, yeah. Replay is interesting because its whole thing is this AI-powered approach to content repurposing.
Right.
The sources explain how it, like, takes your longer videos
Uh-huh.
and just automatically makes a whole bunch of social media clips and stuff from them.
It's almost like having, I don't know, a little social media robot assistant.
Kinda, yeah.
They're talking automated clips, no more manually chopping things up.
Mhm.
It uses AI, apparently, to find the bits that are going to get engagement.
Mhm.
It even, like, drafts social posts for you and can turn the video into text for, say, blog posts.
Yeah.
Plus, it keeps everything in one place, like a content library with analytics. The source reckons this could save marketing teams, like, 10-plus hours a week.
Which is huge. And if you think about the bigger picture, a tool like this isn't just about saving time, is it?
No, it's more fundamental.
Right. It could really change how businesses manage their whole online video strategy.
Mm.
Freeing up time from just clipping and captioning
Mm-hmm.
allows focus on, like, the bigging strategy, actually talking to your audience.
Mm-hmm.
Could lead to way more impactful campaigns.
So the question for you, the listener, is, if you want to get your message out efficiently across lots of platforms,
Mhm.
could these AI tools like Replay be a real game changer?
Definitely something to think about.
Okay, now let's completely switch gears. A platform with, well, more history, but a very different focus. Vimeo.
Ah, Vimeo. Yeah, the sources position it as the go-to for, like, professionals.
Yeah,
Creators who really put quality and control first.
absolutely, like a digital showcase.
Pretty much.
And the features really back that up, don't they? You get ad-free viewing,
Big plus.
stunning 4K Ultra HD support, live streaming options too, and really detailed advanced privacy settings.
Yeah, that privacy control is key.
It's not just about getting it online, it's how it looks and who gets to see it.
Exactly. The sources mention it's popular with filmmakers, businesses, educators.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, anyone needing that tight control over access and how it's presented.
Mm-hmm.
And, important to remember, it's subscription-based monetization, which is why it's ad-free.
That's a major difference, isn't it? The trade-off, though, as our sources point out, is, well, a smaller audience overall compared to the giants.
Sure.
But you do get this sense of a strong, dedicated, creative community, and the whole user experience feels very polished, very professional.
Yeah, it does.
So here's a thought for you listening. If your absolute top priorities are that perfect image quality and a really professional, clean viewing experience,
Uh-huh.
does the slightly smaller audience on Vimeo maybe matter less?
That's the crucial calculation, isn't it? Okay, let's look at another one. This one might feel maybe a bit more familiar to YouTube users interface-wise.
Yeah.
Daily Motion.
Right, Daily Motion. Yeah, the sources say the UI is quite similar, so
Yeah.
probably not a steep learning curve there.
Mhm.
And it has a pretty big global user base, too. Apparently quite strong in Europe and Asia, which is interesting.
It is, yeah. And it supports HD video, which is, standard now.
Mm.
But there's a key limitation mentioned.
The length limit?
Yep. 20 minutes, maximum video length.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal for certain types of content.
Definitely something you need to know up front. It does have monetization, though, ads and branding options, so there's potential for income.
Mhm.
But what really jumped out at me was the point about content restrictions being, well, more relaxed than YouTube's.
Ah, yes. That's a significant point. If you think about creators who maybe ran into trouble with stricter policies elsewhere, maybe got demonetized or something,
Yeah.
Dailymotion could potentially be a more welcoming place, a space where their content finds a home.
Exactly. So maybe for you listening, if you felt a bit hemmed in elsewhere, is Dailymotion worth checking out for that extra flexibility? Okay, let's shift again. Something that started very niche but has really broadened out. Twitch.
Twitch. Yeah, its gaming roots are obvious, but wow, the sources really show how much it's expanded.
It's not just games anymore, is it?
Not at all. You've got live music, people doing digital art live, talk shows, those IRL or in real life streams, loads of stuff.
The key word there is live, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. The whole platform is built around that real-time interaction, strong live streaming tools, and that chat function is like central to the whole experience.
And monetization is mainly through channel subscriptions, right?
Primarily, yes.
Oh.
And that live interactive thing is, well, it's Twitch's core strength. You can save streams, but it's not really the place people go for, say, highly polished, pre-recorded videos.
Right. It's about the moment.
Exactly.
So if you're drawn to that live energy, that kind of spontaneous feeling, and you want to build a community in real time, maybe Twitch is the place for you, even if you're not a gamer.
Could be, if that connection is what you're after.
Definitely one to consider for live enthusiasts. Okay, next up. The absolute giant of short-form video, TikTok.
Ah, TikTok. Yeah, its dominance there is just
Yes.
undeniable. The sources confirm that. And its algorithm.
Oh, the algorithm.
It's incredibly good at making things go viral.
Yeah.
That's a massive draw for creators wanting huge reach.
Absolutely. If your goal is those creative, catchy, short videos, especially if you're targeting younger people,
Yeah.
you kind of have to think about TikTok.
You do.
Yeah.
But it's really important to remember the limitations the sources highlight.
Yeah.
It's generally not the right place for long-form stuff or those really high production value professional videos you might put on, say, Vimeo. It just thrives on that short, punchy format.
So for you listening, if you need to get quick, impactful messages out to a really broad audience, is TikTok just an essential tool, even with those limits on length and style?
It's about matching the platform to the goal, isn't it?
Definitely. Now, let's dive into something completely different. A group of platforms built on a fundamentally different idea. The decentralized ones, like DTube, PeerTube, Odyssey.
Right, this is a really interesting shift. The core ideas here, according to the sources, are things like decentralization, often being ad-free. A big focus on users controlling their own data and content and privacy. They often use technologies like blockchain.
Like a shared, secure digital ledger?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Or peer-to-peer networks where users' computers share the load instead of relying on one big company server.
Gotcha. And they often use crypto for payments too, right?
Yes, frequently. And a major advantage they push is censorship resistance.
How does that work?
Well, because there's no single central company making all the rules and decisions.
Yeah.
It's much harder for content to just be taken down arbitrarily.
Ah, okay. So maybe for independent journalists or artists doing edgier stuff,
Exactly. They might find that really appealing. But the sources also mention the downsides.
which are,
Generally smaller user bases compared to the mainstream platforms, and sometimes a bit more of a technical hurdle for users just getting started, uploading, finding things.
right. So for you listening, if you're really concerned about your data privacy or about platforms censoring content, are those trade-offs, smaller audience, maybe a bit more technical, worth it for the extra freedom and control?
It really comes down to what you value most, doesn't it?
It does. Now, beyond those main categories, there are also quite a few niche platforms for more specific things. Let's just quickly mention a few.
Sure. Behance, as mentioned, is great for creative portfolios, graphic design, motion graphics, that kind of thing.
Right. For visual creatives.
Flickr does video and images, strong community for photographers and artists. Utreon makes a point of having no hidden algorithms, focuses on direct subscriptions for creators.
Interesting.
Vimeo apparently supports long videos, but the source mentioned it has, well, a lot of ads right now.
Okay.
And Bilibili is huge in China. Mix of user content, anime, games, live streaming. But monetization might be less clear for international users because it's so China-focused.
Got it. So these are really for people with specific interests, maybe creative fields or targeting certain regions. And to help sort all this out, the sources had that useful summary table.
Oh yeah, that table's super helpful. It just lays it all out. Best for key features, how they make money, audience size,
Yeah.
all side by side.
Definitely worth a look if you're trying to compare options. Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive. It's really clear the online video world in 2025 is way more than just one big platform, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's much richer, much more diverse,
Hmm.
and the best alternative, well, it really depends entirely on your needs, your goals.
Yeah. What are you making? Who are you trying to reach? What matters most to you? Control, money, community.
Hmm.
Whether it's, the AI efficiency of replay, the slick professionalism of Vimeo, the live buzz of Twitch, TikTok's massive reach, or the freedom of those decentralized platforms.
There are specialized choices popping up.
There really are. So we'd encourage you to think about what you truly value. Maybe creative freedom, maybe monetization, maybe a certain format, maybe community. And perhaps go explore one or two of these alternatives we've talked about.
And it leaves us with a kind of provocative thought, doesn't it, for you to mull over.
Go on.
With all these specialized platforms emerging, could we actually be moving towards a future where maybe smaller, more focused video communities start to thrive, offering perhaps richer, more engaging experiences than just one single giant hub?
A future of niches. Definitely something to think about as this whole online video space keeps evolving.